Today, I want to build a house in The Sims, but every room is a different rug. There are currently 218 rugs in The Sims 4, and we're going to get a random number and a random swatch and base each room around that rug. And we're going to start with the front porch using the 20th rug in the game. Only cats are welcome, welcome mat. And like many items in the game, this has 12 swatches, and we are going to be using the 6th swatch, which is this pink swatch. The first thing I know I want to do is size this up a little bit with the tool mod, and we're actually going to be basing the entire exterior off of this welcome mat. So I guess it's kind of lucky that we got a welcome mat for this one. I'm thinking since this is from Cats and Dogs, we can use our Cats and Dogs items. I'm trying to decide if I want the pink to be more of an accent just from the mat, or if we do a little bit of pink furniture out here on the front porch. I actually really like this concept. We'll do a couple chairs and a little table in the middle. I almost feel like we need to be in Brindleton Bay to really get the vibes for this house. Okay, perfect. Here we are. I also think, what if we made this a little catio? I don't know why I didn't have that as my first thought. We could actually do this and screen in this section. And what I mean by screen in is we can take these green view windows from the Greenhouse Haven kit and go to these last swatches, which have that kind of screen effect. And then we can get the double doors there. They have these ones that have the open window. That's actually why I moved us back down to short wall height, because you don't get these with the medium wall height ones. I want to rethink this a little bit. So I might be moving our seating specifically over here. And then we can think about what kind of cat items we want to get out here. I think I'd like something with a pink swatch. So this My First Pet stuff one might make an appearance. Please do forgive me if any of this is not accurate to a catio. I actually don't have a cat, but I imagine they might want a little space to curl up. And what if we put the litter box out here? Wait, I just had another idea. What if we put the pet door here, but we'll bring the seating back over here, and maybe the pet door actually will work right there. Or maybe it won't. I actually don't know. What was I thinking? We need to do the specific cat litter box. Why didn't I do that first? I would like to add some plants for the vibes, though that may not be the most practical thing in real life, but this is for the vibes. It's not for real life. Our little cat succulent. How could I forget? I love this item so much. Coming back out here to the entryway in the house, I mean, we could get a plant, maybe an even smaller one. I don't think that that would hinder walking up too much. And now I did say this was going to influence the entire exterior in terms of like exterior paint as well. Since I did move us to Brindleton Bay, I think maybe I will try to utilize some of this Cats and Dogs siding and everything like that. I kind of like this. It is kind of like a coastal house, beach house. I just wish we had a softer pink for roof trim, because that would be a nice touch, but it feels like a lot. But when am I never not doing a lot in these videos? All right, I really like everything that we have going on. I think I just need to do a little bit more landscaping. Wait, the cat topiary. Wait, we gotta do that as our little, oh my gosh, as our little like welcome guys. I don't know about this terrain paint. I was trying to make it go towards the tunnel, but we might just not do that. I think we will leave it at this, and this is going to be our front porch exterior and catio. Moving on, we're going to do this entryway and hallway, and we are going to be doing the 16th rug. Why are we getting these low numbers? The 16th rug is these accidental paint splatters. And this has 11 swatches, even though I think it might be interesting to use multiple swatches of this, but we're going to use the 8th swatch, which is this like really dark one. Maybe the cat is an artist. Maybe the cat works on its art projects and is the one tracking around all the paint in the house, and that's why there's the paint on the floor, right? I'm seeing some greens, some blues. I'm actually seeing most colors that exist. I honestly am wondering if something like this wall could kind of make sense. I really wanted to carry over our pink, but I'm realizing if we're doing a different rug swatch, pink might not always be the right choice. We also don't have a lot of like extra space in this hallway that we could do like a little setup of something, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe actually we can do a little setup in a very literal sense. We can do a little setup for our cat artists. I'm trying to decide if that's genius or the most ridiculous thing I've ever said. Maybe we size down these paintings. Those look like those could be made with the colors that are right here. Oh, and I can size down the rug. They have their own little section. And then we get another one kind of leading in from the door. And for wall decor here, I am thinking of that one big painting I like to use a lot, which means nothing to you if this is the first video of mine you're watching. watching, but if you know what one I'm talking about, it's this one, because it kind of looks like those paint splatters were made by painting this painting. Like, it has all the same colors. What if we do little aprons? This is so funny because if you're looking at it like this, like, it looks so normal until you zoom out and you're like, wait, those things are like that big. I think other than this, maybe I'd like to get some plants in here. Am I allowed to use other rugs than the designated one? Because I think it could be fun to add the little muddy paw prints on top of this one to really emphasize that it is the cat that is the artist, if you didn't get that. But I don't know, at the rate we're going, we keep rolling the low numbers, we might get that one anyway. I love this diva, this cat. I'm just gonna put her right here. All right, that's our entryway hallway with the 16th rug in the game. Moving on to the kitchen, I'm a little concerned about this one because I don't normally use rugs in the kitchen. Not every time, sometimes I use a little mat, but oh well, we will be using the 139th rug of the game. That's a prime number. The flowery road. Wait, we might get lucky with this one. If we size this down, that could be perfect for a little kitchen mat. But wait, some of the swatches are like walking down the aisle with the flower petals. Okay. Well, it has 10 swatches and we will be using the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got lucky. That is just the plain white one. The question is, do we do an all white kitchen to really take inspiration and match the rug, or do we do whatever we want? I guess what we could do is we could do white counters and that could be our inspo, and then we do maybe a fun backsplash. Whenever I have a big kitchen, I'm always wondering, how many counters is too many counters? Like, do we want it to loop around all in here? I don't know. And what I really want is a nice little window right above the sink. Do we do a smaller window, or do we move that window back down and then bring in the cabinet on top? And then instead of a counter there, we'll do the long cabinet. And if you want to find these variation of cabinets, people always ask me, when you click on the item and you see these swatches, you're going to see these little like cog wheels. You just click that, and then when you have the wrench, you'll get all these new options here for the corner, the outer corner, the end pieces. That is very useful if you want to have a more custom look to your kitchens, I guess. It's time to think about a fun backsplash, potentially. Do we carry on the pink? The pink is a lot. I will definitely say it's a lot. I was almost thinking this dark herringbone. I think that actually goes really nicely. And then do we do white on these other walls? And I'm realizing I did not add a burglar alarm, so we get a burglar alarm right there. I put these two counters here because I wanted to do a little coffee bar. I think sometimes those are fun to do. You just get a coffee pot, and then in the base game, there's the mug rack. I might even add the little neon coffee cup sign. I think that could be a cute touch. And in debug, which you can access by typing in the cheats I'm putting on the screen right now, you can find these coffee bags, and I think these are a very nice touch to any coffee bar. So I am just going to clutter up the rest of the kitchen now, and I think that will be our kitchen inspired by the very plain white swatch of that Wedding Stories rug. That was a bit easy, a bit too easy. Moving on into our living and dining area, we are going to do 2 rugs for this. So over here is the dining area, over here is the living area. For the dining area, we are going to use the 12th rug in the game. Why are we getting the low numbers? Am I doing something wrong? Are you kidding? The 12th rug is the muddy paw prints. It's also the only swatch. I think we can make it work. Like, I can find a way to fit the rug in, but it's not really something that I theme the whole color scheme and design style of the room around. So I'm thinking we obviously do the obvious of the cat has tracked in some mud from the outside right by the back door. What if we tell a little story? I had a really good idea, and it was to lift the paw prints up with the 9 key and be like, oh, this specific room is a moment in time when the cat jumped up on the table and walked across it with its muddy paws. But because of the way rugs are in The Sims, they are like specifically programmed to be under things. So when you lift them up a certain amount over something, they just become translucent. See how you can see that the rug is right there, but when we look at it from the top down, it's not. No, my storyline. I have another idea, which is to not use the rug. We can instead do a little DIY with the dirt pile from debug. Now, wait a minute, that looks really good. That took me probably 15 minutes, and clearly I still have a few more paw prints to do. That ended up looking really good, and that was really worth it. And then maybe it jumped off the table into the corner to get to a cat tree. Exactly. And that's where the cat was discovered and taken to the bath. I will say, I do not know the first thing on whether this is functional or not. So anyway, how about some fun pink chairs to keep with our pink theme? Maybe we'll have a nice hanging light right there. And what to do on the walls? We do have a lovely pink we could do. Ooh, we could do an accent wall right here and then do like plain for those ones. Yeah, I like that. What happened to all my paw prints that I worked for like 20, maybe 30 minutes on? It happened when we painted the walls, didn't it? My pro tip is if you... They don't want you to know the pro tip, I guess. That is pro tip police going by right now. What I was going to say is try to remember to do stuff like this after painting the walls because they will get deleted. Now, if you have Better Build Buy, you can go in and turn on deletion protection. This is a little, I don't want to say risky. It just basically messes up the undo button if there's anything you want to go back and hit undo for. If I try to paint the walls, all these paw prints light up yellow, meaning that they're about to be deleted. But since I have deletion protection on, they don't actually get deleted. And that is not how the game is supposed to work. It is said that you should only turn it on when you need it and then immediately turn it off right after. It does give me pause, however, no pun intended, but it does give me pause that potentially maybe these things won't survive being uploaded to the gallery and downloaded again from the gallery. But there is beauty in this moment that we have achieved what we wanted to achieve. No matter what the future may hold, we were here, we experienced it, and we witnessed it. I think it could also be cute to add in a little wall tapestry here. Of course, our new Pride one. I'm like literally afraid to do anything else in here. So this is going to be our dining room inspired by whatever number rug this was. Let's move on to the living room. We are going to be using the 79th rug in the game. 79? It's the stage markings. I would love to be able to choose which swatch we could use, but I cannot. There are 9 swatches of this item and we are going to be using the first one. So the one we've been looking at. First of all, we're sizing it down. What do we have that is Void Critter? That I think is where we need to start. I think we'll get a Void Critter poster. We do have all of these decals that can go on the wall. And we have the Void Critter battle station, which I think we definitely should feature here. I think we'll use this kids room stuff TV stand because Void Critters are prominent in kids room stuff, right? We could kind of DIY our own couch out of this sectional chair from kids room stuff. Maybe it's just that the kid was the one allowed to decorate the living area. What else do we have? We have this shelf, Sarah's scrapbook shelf. Did I never realize that? What if we do an accent wall again? I'm not sure what we would do, but maybe like the ombre? Ooh, or maybe just a solid blue. Let's do the Party Essentials TV, and then we can bring in that kind of orangey from the, I think these are the fire void critters or something. And then I think maybe we can just kind of get some fun clutter, kids-centered clutter. And now I'm not sure exactly what the storyline of this house is. What if it's like a sitcom set and the concept is a kid's parent got turned into a cat. The parent was an artist. I don't know. Somehow it leads back into the kid being allowed to decorate the living area. That is what our living area is going to be. All right, well, let's move over here and get this kid a bedroom. We are now going to be using the 31st rug in the game, which is this one, the infant one, and it has 11 swatches, and we will be using the 4th swatch. That's okay. I was kind of hoping maybe for like that one or that one, just because this is very like baby, and I think we've established this is a kid sim. But what could go with this rug? Some eco lifestyle, some parenthood. I think this is technically the base game infant playmat. Ooh, the grayish dresser. Do I get them their own TV? I mean, I feel like in those sitcom houses, the kids always have the coolest room. They've got a TV. Sometimes they have a mini fridge. Wait, do we get them a mini fridge? Get them one right here and we'll get them like a gamer setup desk. Yes. I'm getting this desk, which is a bit more classic just because I think that that fits better with the tone set by the rug, but we can get them the whole setup right here. Maybe we'll grab a laundry bin. And what goes on the wall? I do like to do posters and stuff. We do know they like void critters. Maybe they have their faves right here. Wait, and there's a swatch, a blue swatch of this new like wall string lighting from Businesses and Hobbies. Maybe they're learning how to take care of plants and they've got a sapling right there. Maybe it's like a school project. Keep your sapling alive. I think in the game, I'd really like some clutter that's more singular books. I get that maybe you have 2 books together somewhere, but what if you just have 1 book? Your 1 book on your bedside table. I didn't even intend to do the default swatch of this lamp, but I think the pink goes so nicely. I almost want to put the knitted trans flag in here because that's our color scheme. Ooh, how about we size down this one and we do that? That is so cute. And we will get the picture of the cat. It's perfect. Perfect. Wait, no pun intended again. I think I will get a little pet bed in here as well for the cat. This is our kids' room using, what was that? The 31st rug in the game. Let's do the bathroom now. I have the same kind of concerns that I had for the kitchen. I'm not always using a rug in the bathroom, or I'm using a very specific bath mat. So we are going to be using the 113th rug in the game. 113th is this vibe checked one from the Cozy Kitsch kit. It has 9 swatches and we are going to use the second swatch, which is this one. And that's not too bad for a bathroom. I actually am kind of envisioning. I obviously am going to size it down and we will be using it as kind of like a shower mat, bath mat. I think on the walls, we should do this tile because that matches perfectly. And then on the floor, something like this with the blue. Yes. I think let's do the black and white swatch of this. And I'm going to hold down my Alt key to ever so slightly slide this into the wall so we can't see the back of it because I feel like these wall tiles are the star of the show in this room. We will get this as the bath mat. We'll get a toilet right there. Of course, our toilet paper. For some reason, I'm feeling the Dream Home Decorator counters. Maybe for counter space purposes, we'll just do 1 sink so that we can do some clutter over here, of course. I kind of feel like this is our first serious room in this challenge. Like we actually got an interesting swatch of an actual rug and we are trying to do our best to work with it, which was what the point of this challenge was. We just accidentally ended up getting rugs that weren't really rugs. Now I think that's it for our bathroom. It's exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I intended the challenge to be. Okay, our penultimate room, 1 more room inside. I think we're going to build this as if it were a human parent's bedroom, depending on the rug, I guess. We will be using the 58th rug in the game. It's the rug end of the Victorian runner rug. I guess this isn't the worst because we can size this up and just have it be a rug like that, even though it may not be my favorite shape for a rug in here. Ooh. But it has 10 swatches and we are going to use the second swatch, which is this like dark gray, gold, black, whatever's going on. What kind of bed do we have to fit this? That doesn't look bad, but I feel like it's too many patterns. That looks really nice. Or we could do the new Businesses and Hobbies one. I might like this one even more. I feel like for once in our life, the large-ish side tables could be of use. They take up a lot of space and the rug is kind of skinny, small. I'm wondering if we do a regular Sim-sized easel in here because the idea was like the parent got turned into a cat and the parent was an artist. And what if we found some seating to just have a nice little place to sit? What if we found some seating to have a nice little place to sit? That is what seating can provide. What if we did a big plant? Maybe we'll even move it closer here. And then I'll get them their own laundry bin right there. And on this wall, we do a dresser. The Businesses and Hobbies one. Oh, we didn't do a full body mirror in here, but maybe we could do this growing together one. It kind of matches the laundry hamper. Ooh, some paintings right there. Maybe they did their own paintings. Good curtains are so few and far between. What about seasons? And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of cobwebs for the storyline that maybe the parent has not been in this room for a while because they are transformed into a cat. I don't know where this storyline is coming from. I'm so sorry. It's so ridiculous. But anyway, this is our second bedroom, the parent's bedroom. Moving on to our last room. It is the back patio. I don't know what to expect. We are going to be using the 41st rug in the game. I don't think we had a single rug over 200. 42, 41. My beloved cats and dogs rug, also tying us back into our whole cats and dogs vibes. And this has 4 swatches. We will be using the first swatch. Do I want to do 2 of these? We could size one down, but then, oh, it just feels kind of weird to do 2. to? I think let's do it right here. And we'll put a little dining table out there, a little outdoor dining moment. If something would fit, I might size up the rug with tool mod. I think I just might want to get a grill. I literally hate when my Sims choose to grill all the time, but vibes wise, it's so perfect for a back patio. And we could get a few garden pots. That might be useful. Technically, the first tile here is under a roof. So if you'd like to switch it around, you know what? Maybe I will switch it around. If you have the garden pots under some roofing, you can grow plants of any season if you have seasons. Then we'll put the grill right there. Now, do we do the blue grill because it matches the rug? I actually think so. And we'll do the orange garden pots because it also matches the rug. Or we could do green. Wait, we could do green. Wait, I like this color scheme a lot. We need one more thing, and you know what I'm gonna say? We need a nice plant. I lied. We need something else. A citronella candle. I feel like we pulled in all the colors from the rug. I really do keep thinking of more things to add, but I also want to throw in some wind chimes. Your Sims will actually get a positive moodlet if they're out here when wind chimes are playing. All right, so I think that will be it for every room is a different rug. This was such a fun challenge to do. If you'd like me to do it with like other items, please comment that down below. And if you did make it all the way to the end, go ahead and comment a cat emoji since that was kind of an overarching theme of the build. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks you will probably like whatever one is showing up on the screen right now. So go ahead and watch it. See if YouTube was right. I live stream every single weekend on Twitch, so make sure you are following. That link is down below as well. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!